recording for the podcast. The 1 year birthday of Ghostcraft Coven.
We're recording from inside a real haunted location. The ghost gear set, the veil thin. Expect raw energy, real conversation, and maybe a few voices that don't belong to the living. This isn't just a podcast, it's a summoning. 1 year. So welcome to Ghostcraft Divination, our podcast where we talk about all things magical. And today we have a very special guest with us.
Hi, Ghostcraft Coven crew. My name is Corin. I am the cosmic counselor. I am an astrologer, cosmic bruja, and planetary practitioner. I've been an occultist and practitioner for over half my life, so 17 years, and have loved the bizarre, the weird, the unexplained, literally all my life since I was a kid. And I bet you ladies can relate. The majority of my occult journey has been focused on astrology and cosmic witchery, which I like to just call it cosmic brujeria. In the last 8 to 10 years, mainly, I've been focusing on my astrologer journey. It's been a dream of mine since I was a little girl to be an astrologer and help people connect with the cosmos because, they are a part of us. We are a part of it. It's literally no denying their importance. We literally exist within the cosmos and the solar system and the galaxies, and without the galaxies, we wouldn't be here. So I do have a very obscure approach to my astrology readings and profession because I am an occultist beneath it all.
Yes, we love to hear that. And I don't really know. I mean, we've talked about it before. We've chat, but I don't really know too much about astrology and that type of thing. So it's going to be very interesting. We're just a blank canvas for you to paint.
I mean, I know a bit about it because I did want to be an astrologer as well. I didn't go super in depth into it, but I do still am super fascinated with.
So she's going to have fun.
I am. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm super excited.
It's never too late. You can always learn. There's different methods to astrology. So just to preface, if anyone watching has any knowledge with astrology, I do prefer Placidus, also known as modern astrology. Even though I have studied ancient astrology and holistic astrology, I fell in love with Placidus. Reason being is more vast. There is a lot more breakdowns involved. It embraces a vast look into everything. So it just makes it more multi-layered. And I'm someone that is very thorough and I love the nitty-gritty details of things. And the more deep the rabbit hole goes, that's where I'm going.
You're like, I'm going all the way down. Call me Alice the way I'm going to Wonderland.
Screw it. I'll pass by Alice and I'll keep going.
You're like, I'm running it by the end of this.
So we do have some ghost gear going while we're in a very haunted location. We're at All Saints Lunatic Asylum in the doll room. Behind us, we have a light, so it's a paralight.
Yeah.
So it won't interfere too much. But if the spirits want to chime in or agree, they could set that off. And then I also just have the spirit talker running and it's on silent so it doesn't overly interrupt us. Just said right now, it's so quiet here.
Everyone's listening. Everyone's about to learn something.
There was a couple things I do want to point out that it said. It told us to go right, which at our live stream, it kept trying to get us to go deeper into the haunt. So that would be to our right. And we got a little boy around you, which was another thing that somebody picked up in the live stream, that there was a little boy.
That's super interesting.
All right. Class is in session.
Exactly.
Yes. And I love this. Well, first of all, thank you for having me and super excited to celebrate your 1 year anniversary, your 1 year birthday. That is a beautiful milestone and accomplishment. And I'm very happy to be here to celebrate with you all.
So Corinne did something very special for us. She did a reading, a chart for Ghostcraft Coven the day that I created it, as if it was a person in a way.
Yes, I am an astrologer and I do do natal chart readings, mainly for individuals. So this is going to be really, really fun, or couples, or sometimes compatibility readings. But in this case, this is for a coven. So there is going to be some things that I'm going to focus on a little differently, specify it to the essence of a coven and also the essence of what you do as a coven. Yes, of course, we're still going to get really deep into what everything means, but it's also just going to be very interesting because we are speaking of an entity, so to speak, like combination of energies that both of you and anyone behind the scenes that is a part of this contribute to it. So this is like a cauldron of all these beautiful personalities and all of the energies that take to make this what it is. So it's going to be just beautiful because we're looking at it at a kind of grand scale, not just a part of you, but it's alongside you in this journey, right?
Exactly. It's growing as we're growing.
There is something called like a day chart and a night chart. To keep it simple, it just means that individuals, or in this case, this entity, this beautiful entity, if you have more aspects, more planetary collaboration in like the second half of the chart, it's kind of known as like a day chart. And then for individuals or entities that have it more at the bottom, it's more of a night chart. And what it usually means is, because I don't believe in good and bad, it's really all a spectrum, but usually when you have more happening here at the lower half of the chart, it is a sign of like more struggles, like individuals will have more hurdles to overcome. There's just a lot more strain in like the life experience, the journey of these individuals or entities. But with you, the party's up here. And it's beautiful to see. It's very auspicious. It is very promising. It gives like rise to the occasion. And I know this is like your second take at this, right? So this is kind of like a resurrection. This is a rebirth for you, where project 1 did not work. Project 2, look how far you've come in just a year. And that's why we're all here. We're celebrating this. So very beautiful. And it does show that just off the bat, just like glancing at it, very auspicious, very beautiful. I'm going to break it down as kind of like the foundation. What everything is built upon is your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. And you have it all in Cancer. And this chart here kind of shows it a little bit more simply, so you don't have to look at all these angles. But yeah, your sun, your moon, and your rising, which is over here, your ascendant, and also your Venus. They're all in Cancer, but specifically your sun, moon, and rising. That is the foundation that is Ghostcraft Coven. And it is so appropriate that it's Cancer, because Cancer, being ruled by the moon, is all about illuminating the darkness. Think about what the moon does here for us on Earth, right? It is the only thing that lights our dark skies.
Yeah.
And that's also what you do as a paranormal team that's a coven. You shine a light on the darkness. You shine a light on these spirits, these entities, these energies that no one sees with the naked eye. And you allow them a voice. You allow them to be seen. And that's what the moon does. It illuminates the darkness. So to me, that's just so beautiful that you have so much Cancer in your chart, and not just sprinkled throughout the chart. It's like the foundation of Ghostcraft Coven. Cancer also rules emotions. So you put a lot of heart and soul into this, right? It's a sisterhood. It also rules family and home. And not just that, but your chosen family. And what is a coven but a chosen family? Let's say being a solo practitioner for a long time, and then you come together and you're able to say all the weird things that you can't say to civilians, because
too many weird things.
Yeah. So many weird things.
Yeah. I learned that real quick. Like, oh, this is not the group to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah. And you definitely learn that with like trial and error. Like you kind of like sneak it in here and there, see how people react. And then you're like, oh, okay.
We'll just post it online instead.
Yeah, exactly. If you're with us, you're with us. You understand, you're a part of it, you like it, you get it.
The spirit talker just said people keep running. It's like, yeah, you keep saying weird shit, it makes people run away.
Well, if they can't stand the heat. Back to the comment of also the day chart. And you see here, it's like, I love the shape that your chart creates, because to me, immediately what I see is like a hood. And the way I describe it, like this is the hood that is part of the cloak that covers Ghostcraft Coven, right? It's just beautiful. And then it also symbolizes the way you start your investigations, where you ground yourself, you meditate, you come together, and again feeding to like that Cancer energy, which is all about emotions, connection, but like deep emotional connection, right? Also protection. Cancer energy is very protective, and that kind of, to me, like seeing that hood, that cloak, also like that roofing in a sense too, where like it's just you are wrapped around this Cancer energy, and it's just very powerful, especially for what you do with your practice. Specifically, you use a lot of divination as well. The moon is fantastic for aiding in divination, and that's one of your like most common methods of communication, and also tapping into your intuition, where is that my sensation or is that something else that I'm feeling? And that's very important for your paranormal investigations. And you have this like Cancer energy, like think of like your spirit teams.
You know what's funny too? When we first started, we were like, we don't have a water. We don't have a water. None of us are water. But Ghostcraft is our water.
Yeah, that exactly.
All water. She is all water. Well, not all water, but so much water.
Yeah.
And just quickly glance, look at all the water you have. So down here is all the water. You have so many.
Yeah, that's a lot. Wow.
This is fire. And then you only have a little bit of earth. Just enough to ground yourself, to not get yourself in too much trouble, but still enough fluidity. A lot of water.
Yeah, exactly. We go with the flow of things, I feel. Definitely.
Yeah. And you can't be too grounded when you're talking to spirits, you know, just a little bit.
Yeah.
You can't be rigid.
Yes, exactly. Definitely have to be fluid.
Exactly. So you have a lot of that. So that really does speak to, again, like the essence of Ghostcraft Coven. Of course, that rubs off on you. As you were saying to me previously, you do kind of switch gears. I don't like saying like you put on a mask, no. It's still you. It's an extension of you. But you do switch gears when it's like, all right, Ghostcraft Coven time. Because it's serious.
Yes.
Take this seriously.
That gave me chills.
And there's a sternness to that. And again, because the moon is like the mother archetype of the cosmos. So you have the sun and the moon. That's like the father and the mother energy. And think about how they dominate our lives. The sun takes over our days. The moon takes over our nights. But this is a fun fact about the moon, to give you so much perspective and to really drill it, how powerful Ghostcraft Coven is. Just at the foundation. We'll get to the fun parts right now. But just the foundation, how strong and solid it is. The moon being so close to us here on Earth, but still so small in comparison to the sun. But the moon is so powerful that throughout billions of years, it slowly pulls on Earth and aids in the rotation and aids in what the concept of time here is on Earth. So we all think that Earth is 24 hours, right? But through billions of years, the moon has slowly been speeding up Earth. And right now, currently, we're in a cosmic anomaly where we are technically going faster in time because of the moon. So it's actually like 23 point some hours. It's not 24 hours anymore.
I've genuinely felt for years that it's like, it's been going faster. Like the days are going by faster. Like I
just thought that was just because you get in the routine, you know, and then time goes by faster.
Learning these things, like just like scientific facts of these beautiful cosmic beings, it gave me such a deeper appreciation to their power, and has definitely aided me in my advancement of knowledge, and also being able to be knowledgeable enough to share it with others. And powerful you are, as to like you go into the scariest place and you're like, don't mess with me. That is Cancer energy. She's a fierce warrior woman. And I just hate that, like, you know, people chuck up Cancer, like, oh, Cancer is so emotional. No, Cancer is powerful. So don't let no one tell you different.
What's interesting about that too, because Ghostcraft is a Cancer and ruled by the moon, we could probably really benefit from learning more about the moon and incorporating it into our own practice a little more.
It's definitely not a coincidence that we met when we did, that everything has aligned the way that it has. And now learning more about this and the moon connection forever. I mean, people talk to the moon, right? People more like us, but people do. Growing up, that was always a consistency. Like when I needed guidance, when I needed like something to help direct me, I always went to the moon. It was always something that was like, I connect with and would help guide me to where I need to be.
Ghostcraft Coven's hooded cloak.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
That is amazing. I love that so much.
So that's the foundation of Ghostcraft, and I think that's just very powerful. And also to have Cancer here, I see it. Cancer sun in the 12th house, which is fantastic. That is the house that rules the afterlife. And you have your sun sign in Cancer in the 12th. Oh my God, I got chills now.
I know, my goodness.
Yeah, it's like the 12th house is ruled by Pisces. And I think I told you before that having having a lot of like water influence, meaning Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, these are the signs that do help look through the veil, embrace the veil, have a kinship to it as well. Like there's something about it that entices you. So you have a lot of placements in your chart that have some correlation or conjunction to a lot of water. Obviously, Cancer is all over the place, but to have your sun sign in Cancer in the 12th house, which is the house of mysticism, the house of the afterlife, of closures, of endings, of healing, of spirituality, uncovering secrets, transcendence, and wisdom, is like, what a strong foundation to build a coven, and not just a coven, but a coven that ghost hunts. Like, come on, this is written in the damn stars.
Chills. Oh my gosh, chills constantly.
Yes, and then what's beautiful, here's a beautiful full circle moment. Remember I was saying the sun and the moon are like father and mother, and there's only 12 houses and 12 zodiac signs in astrology, and you start with the 12th house, and your moon, also in Cancer, is in the first house. Look at that completion. From the 12th house to the first house. And the first house is all about initiation and business relationships, business partnerships, and this is a partnership. Ghostcraft Coven is a partnership.
Yeah.
It's also,
you can't be a coven by yourself.
Yeah, it's like it's also like a marriage. Like, it's a serious partnership. This is like, we're not just goofing off. We're not just assigned together for a school project. No, this is serious. This is a dedicated type of business. And yeah, you have your moon, which rules your emotions, your heart, your home, in Cancer, which also rules emotions, heart, and home. And you have it in your first house, which is the house of like, let's get it going. This is important. Let's go. Wow. So very beautiful.
She's describing me to Ghostcraft, huh?
Yeah. Seriously. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yes. And then your rising, which is your ascending sign. And the sign that kind of you aspire to be is also Cancer. So it's like, we are who we are.
Yes. Ooh. Wow. I love that. We are who we are. Yes.
It's a self-assurance because you have your foundation of any natal chart, even if this was an individual reading, or it doesn't matter, but the foundation of any natal chart is the sun, moon, and rising. You have it in Cancer. So Cancer is like, I'm here, I'm loud, I'm proud, I'm self-assured. I know myself and my purpose. And it's just like this beautiful radiance of confidence and self-assurance.
And to confirm what you have just read, like figured out from just reading our chart, like this isn't coming from what she knows about us. This is just all from written in the stars. To confirm that is with Ghostcraft Coven, I'm not afraid to be weird or be myself online because I have Savannah right next to me being equally as weird.
Yes.
And so it's like, at least we are together. There is like a safety net with that of we're in this together. Yeah. We'll be ourselves, and maybe no one will get it, but at least you get it.
Exactly. At least we get it. And you know what? Honestly, that is I feel like such a strong foundation itself to be like, those that understand or feel like they're too weird or too bizarre, come to us. All right. I can assure you that we're either just as weird, just as bizarre, and we accept those that are just like that because we get it. It's not easy finding your people, but being online and being this entity, Ghostcraft Coven, we are so open to those kinds of people. And
yeah, because I think the internet's great for that, right? Because it's harder to find weird people in your circle in walking day life. So like on the internet, it is easier to find other people that share the same
understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that also speaks to how inviting you are as well, because again, Cancer energy is very feminine energy. It is ruled by the moon, and it is like all about family and chosen family. So that really does speak to that. So it's very beautiful. But moving on, we have Mercury. I love Mercury. Mercury is the planet that rules communication, exchange of information. It is a very intellect, very mind heavy sign. So Mercury is the planet that rules. I know it gets a bad rep because everyone hears Mercury retrograde and technology is messing up, but he rules speed and technology and communication. And technology is very important for communication. Speaking to, you were just saying about the internet, this is something the internet does right. And here's going to be the goosebumpy part. Leo, very similar to Cancer. Leo also rules family, but in a different sense. Just how I said, like the sun is like the father, the moon is like the mother. Well, Leo's ruled by the sun. So Leo and Cancer have a lot of similar energies, where Cancer's all about the family, the home. Well, Leo's all about the children and the heart and childlike wonder, also healing the inner child. And the moon is all about healing, nurturing others, and then Leo's all about healing yourself, healing your inner child. And you have Mercury, the planet of technology and communication and intellect, in the sign of Leo, where it's all about fun and the heart and childlike wonder and the healing your inner child. And look what happened. You're building this beautiful community, this beautiful family on the internet by putting yourself online. And Leo's also about the self, showcasing yourself.
Literally healing that inner child that was like, I'm too weird for like everyone else. Not only do you meet your freaking best friend who's just as weird, and then you are literally building this community to heal that part of you. That is, wow, insane.
And then you have it in the first house, right next to your moon.
Wow.
Like these are all in the same house. You have the moon in Cancer, first house, and then your Mercury in Leo in the first house. So you have this house filled with all these energies that are all about love and connection, chosen family, simultaneously healing the inner child, simultaneously putting yourself online, technology, Mercury, to find family connection, all the Cancer placements. See,
wow.
Like how written in the stars, everything that you're doing is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to think that you had another project, didn't work out. You made this one. I don't know if it was spontaneously or just like something was just bugging you, or I'd be very curious to see what else was happening cosmically around that time. That was like, I just got to do this finally. It'll be very interesting to see. But that's another conversation.
Interesting little story about it. So I used to be ghost rooms and I had a lot of hurdles, and, I just would take whoever I could to go ghost hunting with me. And I just did this investigation at Glen Tavern Inn, and it was right after I met Savannah, and we had like a big group ghost hunt, and that felt really good. And then I had the investigation where it was just me and, one other person that wasn't really into it, but was coming along. And I was just like, this is not what I want to do. Like, I really liked that coming together and female energy. Like, that felt
right.
And so that night I got locked out of the Glen Tavern because I didn't know that the door locked behind me. And I sat out. They have like this beautiful little pergola thing, or I don't know what it is, gazebo.
Yeah, gazebo.
And I was watching the sunrise, and it was like 5 a.m. and I just made it. And here we are.
Were you under the moon?
Probably still at 4, 5 a.m.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's literally, that is crazy to think though, because the sun is rising as we're getting
transition.
Yeah, literally that transition, that moment of like, this is it.
Yeah. And I left and I came home, and at my doorstep was a giant raven feather, like huge. And I was like, that's for me. And just different items, like weird ingredients for spells, always just end up at my front door, like bumblebees and just weird things. And I'll take them in and save them for later.
There was a bee outside.
Another one?
Yeah, there was a bumblebee
Yeah,
outside.
what is going on with those bees?
Yeah.
That's so funny because I collect ladybugs for a very similar reason.
Oh.
The ladybug is my bug that I always find. Like, I literally have a jar with like a lot of them.
Oh, you jar them up too. We're weirdos together.
Yeah.
Find a dead bug, pop it in a jar.
Like, I was meant to find this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also Mercury is the planet that rules, like I said, communication. So with Leo being the sign that rules like love, and not just love, but Leo gets a bad rep of wanting the attention, but it's more about Leo energies love to bring attention to something they love and something they're passionate about. And with Mercury being the planet of communication, you are not shy to talk about what you love, what excites you, what brings you joy, what you're passionate about. Leo also rules confidence, giving you the confidence to put yourself on screen, on tech, Mercury, the internet. It just literally describes all of that. And then again, it being in the first house next to your moon sign is just very cozy. It speaks a lot to everything that you're doing here at Ghostcraft Coven. So why you love to talk about it. And also too, how you decided to now have a podcast where you talk more about these things that you love.
Because it's not enough. It's just not enough just to ghost hunt. I want to talk about it.
And the party continues in the first house. Again, the house of initiation, the house of beginnings, of, your drive, your ambition, that burst of energy. That's the first house, because first house is ruled by Aries, which is ruled by the planet Mars. So there's a lot of fire energy. This is where you get supercharged in the first house. And you have Venus again with Cancer. And I like to say this, because you have all these Cancer placements tied to planets, even though the sun and the moon are technically not planets or luminaries, we still consider them as celestial bodies, as planets. And because you have your Venus, your sun, and your moon, and your rising, this is called a stellium. So you can say Ghostcraft Coven is a Cancer stellium, which basically just means that Cancer dominates your chart because you have a lot of planetary placements in Cancer. So you are Cancer stellium, and I love to see it because it just adds more to everything I just said earlier.
Yeah.
And then having the planet Venus, which I know she's known about the planet of love and beauty. And yes, she is all of that, but she is so much more than just love and beauty. She is about what you love, how you receive love, your version of love, what you find beautiful, not just beauty as in your own aesthetics, is what you define as beauty, right? And also success and values. And you have it again in Cancer, which is again all those beautiful mystic things that we said, like illumination, intuition. Cancer is great because the moon helps with psychic abilities and illuminating the darkness. So you love all these spooky things and all these like mystic realms. And that's, so even the planet that rules what you love is in the sign of Cancer, which is again so tied to the occult and mysticism. And again, looking through the veil, illuminating the darkness. And in this case, finding the beauty in the darkness.
Wow.
Look at that. Yes. And I will point out here, even just your evolution of yourselves, embodying Ghostcraft Coven, I can tell how more confident you've been. Even you've been dressing up more. You've been embracing this side to you so much more. You've been having a lot more fun with your outfits, I've noticed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's definitely Venus coming in, because Venus loves the glam up. Venus loves to look her damn best. Ooh. And I've been seeing that more and more.
Yeah, so we noticed that too, because when you can see from the first video we ever posted, we're still very like uncomfortable in our skin, and like that comfortability, it just grows over time, and just getting the more confidence to demand a room or demand attention. You're doing that to the spirits, so that's going to trickle into your own life as well. If I was speaking, you better sit down and listen to me.
Hear me. Understand what I'm saying. It's like night and day. Like, I don't see the same person that I'm looking at now that was then.
Yes, Ghostcraft has done great things for us.
Yes, definitely.
And healing too, to have friendships and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's all that Cancer energy. Cancer helps you heal. Cancer helps you heal, and you have it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that for you guys.
We met at a time that we definitely needed to meet each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
And now we're trying to heal ghosts, but really they're healing us.
Yes.
See,
Beautiful.
finding the beautiful in the darkness. That is literally your Venus placement specifically with all the occult influence it has in here with all the water and with water being tied to the occult and other realms and mysticism as a whole. Having Venus in your Cancer tied to all these other placements we just talked about is a representation of finding the beauty in the darkness, finding the beauty in life and death and things that are uncomfortable for others. You find it beautiful enough to give it a voice, to talk to it, to have respect for it. And I know they can hear me.
No, I'm sorry. It is going like there was what sounded like running above us. And then like.
Yeah, it sounds like someone's on the roof right now.
Yeah.
Like in the roof.
Yeah.
Not on it.
You're getting more confident and you're more bold. And that lion, that proud, powerful lion, when it comes to the way you talk. So you go from like this, all right, I'm here to connect with you, respect, whatever. But when push comes to shove, you're like, oh no, hell no. And you crank it up. And that is like that Mercury in Leo, because Leo's very bold and brave. They also rules like bravery in the first house too. The first house being tied to Aries rules bravery and like the warrior spirit. So having this there too proves that you can have that duality, that shift. And to add more to the shift, Leo comes after Cancer. So it's just a natural shifting of course. Yeah, it's like there's Cancer 4 and then Leo 5 is the way it goes. So it's like they already transition into each other and you have that naturally in your chart.
Damn. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Okay, Ghostcraft.
You're doing the damn thing.
You're doing it. We're just your little puppets.
It's on world. We're just living in it.
We're possessed by Ghostcraft.
Or you're just a limb, your limbs of Ghostcraft. And here's a really fun part where, yes, we talked about all these beautiful feminine energies, the Venus, the Cancer, all the good things, the lovey-dovey Leo. But here is like your hot, spicy placement, and that's Mars. The Mars is the planet of, yes, sex, war, but it's also drive, ambition, what motivates you, what makes you get up and like take on the day. That is Mars. And you have it in Taurus. And there can be a little bit of a conflict there because Taurus is very slow. It's a slow moving sign, but
that's you, Savannah. That's what you bring.
Okay, to be fair, she's not wrong.
Are you a Taurus?
No, I'm
just calling her slow.
Like, you don't give me Taurus.
No. Oh, wait, what do I give you? Now I'm curious.
You do have like a little bit of a Sagittarius energy, but I don't know if that's accurate.
Ooh, I love that. No, I'm not. I'm actually Aquarius.
Oh, beautiful. I love Aquarius. I would be curious to see if you do have some fire in you, but Aquarius is fantastic. That's why you're so open-minded. But this is not your natal chart reading.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe another day. Another day. I would love.
DM me. I got you.
Yeah, we got to unpack that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother can of worms. I am very multi-layered.
So what does it mean by like slow for Ghostcraft?
Slow in the way where there's strategy behind every step it takes.
Oh, methodical.
Taurus itself being the second sign of the zodiac and also being a fixed sign, being fixed earth, meaning hard to move, hard to budge, is very promising when it comes to your chart, because again, you do have a lot of fire and a lot of water. So you do need something fixed, something that gets bolted to the ground, that helps ground you and pull you back down to earth. You do need something strong, something that really digs its hooves into the ground. So I do love that the planet of war and like the warrior spirit and like defense and obviously drive and ambition and bravery isn't a sign that's like, let's not be rash. Let's not be rational with how we move forward. It's actually like sit with ourselves, sit with the earth, see what's going on, get a feel for things before you go in. And another really cool thing is you have it in the 11th house, and Savannah, that's your house. That's the house ruled by Aquarius.
Oh, motherfucker. Not you actually. That's crazy. What? Not you being like, that's you, Savannah. And then it quite literally, correlates with my sign.
What you said is so true to Ghostcraft Coven about like moving slow, making decisions, because in my mind, I never really know. You know what I mean? And so I like to try out a lot of different things, and like seeing what works and doesn't work takes months. It takes months for me, where in my own personal life, I'll just be like, nope. And then, so it is like when I'm doing Ghostcraft, I handle it so differently than my own being. So it's so weird.
Yeah, I agree. You do.
You're always like, what? I'm like, I just try and dipping my toes around.
I know. It's so funny because a lot of times she'll be like, okay, we're going to do this. And I'll be like, okay. And then she's like, what? You're just going to agree with everything? And I'm like, well, I'm just going to wait because I know that you're probably going to change your mind. And so I'm just going to give you the space to really think on it. And then the next day it's changed to what I thought it was going to be.
Let it come in her own time.
Yeah.
A fun thing I would want to throw in is I love how you feed off each other, and there's a reason why, right? You're a Libra and you're an Aquarius. Those are both Earth signs, and Earth signs they love getting along because both Libra and Aquarius, what they have in common, they're very different, of course, but what they do have in common is they understand the importance of making friendships and connections and socializing and networking and making meaningful connections. Like those two signs don't like to just waste their energy on people that aren't important.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, that is so true, though.
Like, how is this so true? She's just reading from the stars. Like, this is not because she knows us, like, so in depth. Like, this is what the stars have said, and it's like,
you're on it.
It's
like
too deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where's the cameras at?
I know. Where have you been watching? Ghostcraft Coven.
And I love that you made that connection, because what this technically is, this chart here, is this is essentially the space coordinates above the sky on the day, on the hour that you decided to create this officially. This is what this is. That's what I'm reading. I'm reading space coordinates. That's all I'm doing.
I got the armpit chills.
Ooh, you finally got those?
I got it. Yeah, I got the whole chills. Yeah, that gave me the whole chills.
That's when you know it's real, is when the goosebumps are in your armpits.
To add to your chills, like, we're saying, like, I'm very happy that you have something really grounding, a fixed earth sign, because there's only 3 like modalities, which is cardinal, which is the initiating kind of energy, fixed, which is like hard to move, very stiff, very still, and then you have mutable, which is very fluid, it's really easy to manipulate mutable energies. So I'm very happy that you have something so fixed, so grounded, so I don't move unless it's with purpose, in the sign that rules ambition and motivation.
Ooh,
and to add to the goosebumps, the 11th house, the house ruled by Aquarius, rules aspirations. So when it comes to your aspirations, the bigger picture that you're trying to create, this like mark that you're trying to leave on the world, you move Mars and Taurus with so much integrity and so much like precise, like precision, and but so much precision in your advancements towards all your goals in this bigger picture, which is the 11th house placement. So wow. I just love it. Like if I'm moving with purpose, with determination, with fire.
Wow.
So all this energy that you strategically put into your aspirations that tie into technology, social awareness, social media, friendships, groups, hopes, dreams, like all of that is all here.
So what came first though? Like when I decided to make the channel right then and there, did it form after that because of where I created it, or did I create it when it needed to be created?
Everything in due time. I believe that things happen for a reason, things fail for a reason, and I just think everything has its reason. Not that it was predestined, but I do believe in the whole right place, right time. Things that are meant to be when they are meant to be, and I think that's what happened. You had all these series of events that led to, experiences and lessons and failures and wins. But I don't really believe in failures. I believe
it's a stepping stone, like a lesson to be learned.
So that's the L. Instead of L as in losses, is L as in lesson. So I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
I love that.
and all of those, that chain of event led to.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. It sound like whispering?
Yeah, coming out of the computer.
Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah. So,
I love that.
and all.
Yeah,
I think
someone just whispered through the computer just now.
Yeah.
I promise you, I'm all by myself.
It just said silence.
Whoa.
When you are like, all right, you better not mess with me, and you kind of put your feet down, that is that Mars and Taurus energy. Because Taurus, remember the bull? You mess with the bull, you get the horns. That is true Taurus energy. So Taurus energy might be ruled by Venus, which, yes, like I said, she is the planet of love and beauty, but she's also tough and she's a warrior in herself. So, and another fun thing is Mars and Venus are actually cosmic lovers. So for him to be collaborating with one of her children is also very beautiful. So it's like very happy there because Taurus is very sensual. That's a very happy placement. So Mars is not upset that he is in a placement that slows him down. He's actually, you know what, Taurus, I fuck with you. Like I like you. This is really good.
That is, yeah, I love that. Wow.
Passion in space.
This one's really fun. So Jupiter is a very fun planet. Jupiter is a very auspicious placement, meaning Jupiter is the planet that helps produce good luck, money, success, enjoyment, and expansion in our lives. But he also rules intellect and discovery, adventure, uncovering secrets, exploring, in your case, the unknown or the unexplained. It's very like, think Indiana Jones, but I guess like a ghost hunter. So that's very Jupiter energy. And Jupiter is in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. And that is the planet, again, of communication and intellect and all that good stuff. But Gemini is a very calculated sign because it's ruled by Mercury, which is a very intellect-driven sign. And it's all about, again, communication, curiosity. So think about that. The planet of let's go have an adventure is in the sign that rules curiosity. So it's like when I want to discover something, if I want to go in there and explore it, there's no one stopping me. Ooh. Like I'm gonna get to the bottom of things. Like I need to know. That's this relationship here. And again, it's in that 11th house where I was telling you it's like about like all these connections and also like technology and like eccentricity as well. Like it's a very eccentric house. You have Jupiter in Gemini in that house. And again, like that's also like the house of ambition and ambition. So you are very ambitious when it comes to exploring some of these kind of scary places. But it's okay because you have Mars backing you up in that 11th house. You're like, I got you.
We got tasers, baby.
And pepper spray.
Even when you do have a moment of pause, which is that Taurus, like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's go.
Yeah, exactly. This is incredible.
Yeah, I would be really interested to know, like, from our own personal charts, if there's things that line up that make us that way that we're bringing to it, or is it just like that because that's how it is? You know? Or is there something from our personalities that gets sucked into it?
What I feel it is, it's more like this is the coven and these are the energies that the coven is promoting. And what it's doing is it's influencing and inspiring the connections that you have within your chart to it. So that's probably why the more you go about this, the more you stay on this journey, the more this entity is pulling out your personalities within your chart. Like it's like elevating your natal chart. Like your cosmic DNAs are being influenced by this cosmic DNA is my guess.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So I love that too. I love this for you. I love that you have Jupiter, the planet that rules exploration and expansion of knowledge, of experience, of just life, is in the sign of Gemini, which is all about embracing curiosity and also embracing the vastness and the potential of just knowing things, discovering things, like filling your mind up with wondrous things. That is all of this. And again, it's in the 11th house, which is the house that does rule aspirations, eccentricity, friendship, social alliances, social awareness, desires, wishes, the future. So it's very Very, very beautiful. Every placement is important, but of course, we don't have time to talk about every little single thing. But I did want to touch quickly on Saturn because he is the second social planet. So Jupiter and Saturn are known as the social planets. They do affect us a lot socially, kind of like our worlds, like the world around us. They really do influence a lot of things, not just us personally. They influence like events around us a lot because they're big boys, and Saturn is very flashy, right? There's no denying. Everyone knows Saturn as like, oh, the one with the rings. Well, there's a reason. Saturn is the planet that wants us to level up. Saturn is the planet that wants to inspire us to be mature, the most mature version of ourselves, the most refined version of ourselves, the just professional, proud, self-assured, like boss, CEO version of ourselves. That's Saturn. Like he wants all of us to succeed and to be the best that we can possibly be. That's Saturn. And you have it in Pisces. So that is like a very soft, fluid version of Saturn, which is fantastic because it avoids too much like rigidness in your chart, which is fantastic for a coven that is all about exploration, right? You don't want to be rigid. You don't want to put these limitations on yourselves. Allow skepticism into your craft. And Saturn does rule skepticism. So to have Saturn in the fun-loving, super fluid, super mutable water sign, that to me, in my opinion, one of the most powerful psychic entities in the entire zodiac is Pisces. So having that connection, he tames Saturn a lot. So that avoids a lot of skepticism in what you're doing or hesitation in what you're doing, which is really great. And instead, it allows Saturn to flex these different muscles of like, I'm used to helping people do more like mundane things and be great at mundane things. And Pisces is here like, no, we're going to do some witchy shit.
I love that.
All the water signs get a bad rep for like being crybabies, but Pisces is the most wise of all the zodiac signs. Reason being is the 12th zodiac sign and rules the 12th house, meaning the final zodiac sign in the entire zodiac. So from its position being the 12th sign, it's been able to see all the successes and failures of every single sign before it. So through compassion, understanding, and just watching its brothers and sisters like go through their celestial experiences, Pisces is like, oh, okay, I see all the good things and the bad things that can happen. And with that information, with that knowledge, Pisces is very wise. And with people have a lot of Piscean energy in their chart, they are very wise individuals, very emotionally intelligent individuals. So having this very intimidating sign, Saturn, being tamed and watered down by this super fluid, super open-minded, open-hearted sign that is Pisces is very auspicious to your journey, to your goal, to your aspirations for this, this coven, this journey that you are in life. Like it paves the way. Saturn being the sign, the planet that rules our careers, like our literal careers, like what we're known for, being in Pisces, which rules mysticism. You're meant to do this.
Yeah. Keep watching because bigger, better, greater things are ahead. It's literally there. It's written in the stars, baby.
Planet that rules your legacy is in the sign that rules mysticism and the occult.
Yeah, so we're doing the right thing. Like, don't go changing course and start making horror films. We're supposed to be hunting ghosts.
That part.
And it's also in the 9th house. And the 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, which is also really cool to see this here because Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Sagittarius rules the 9th house. And the 9th house being ruled by Sagittarius is also about like, adventure and loving adventure and having this like very specific mission that you're on. So again, like your legacy is in the occult sphere and it is being driven by this like ambitious energy that is the 9th house. So it's like very supported. Like you are doing what you are meant to do. Pretty much is what it means.
Wow.
I feel that.
On the days that are rough, I'm like, you know what? At least I can hang out with my best friend and do some freaking spooky shit, some weird stuff,
It's always weird.
It is, but it's great.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done anything for so long and so much continuous of like just driven, like even when you feel like nothing's going to become of it, and you're sitting there and you're getting frustrated because for whatever reason, like the audio didn't come out right, or the shot was wrong, or you didn't catch what you thought you caught. That feels good. That's like, no, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And I think knowing that, I do know that, is why you just continue pushing.
I love that because, again, like Saturn too, with Saturn ruling legacy, it also rules life's lessons. So when you learn something, you adapt that knowledge into like the next investigation, the next experience. So also too, it's like you're blessed to have Saturn in Pisces. It's like literally a blessing for exactly what you're trying to do, which is be paranormal investigators who are also a coven, and showing that we're out here, we exist, and we believe in this, and it's important, and it's a cause to you. You're not just doing it to goof around. There's like so much respect you put into the occult. And Saturn is a very respectable sign. Again, he's like a general. He wants you to be your CEO self, a respectable entity. And Ghostcraft Coven is respectable. Like, unlike a lot of other paranormal teams, and we're not going to drop any names, but there is some that just kind of do it for the show, do it for the gag of it. And it's so disrespectful. And as someone that also dabbles in like spirit communication, and I grew up admiring the dead and spirits in a completely different way in my culture, and believing that our family is still here and we can communicate with them, and then to expand that to not just what's close to you, but just any spirit that's still roaming around. They deserve a voice, and they had an existence, and that existence is still existing, but just in a different form. Like, it's just so much respect that you put behind what you do, and that is definitely that Saturn in Pisces. Like, you have like a sophisticated Pisces energy.
To build on what the stars are saying, what you are reading, whenever I do try something new, you know what, I research this, I want to try this. It's not just like, oh, I thought this would look cool. Something that I have researched, studied, read up on.
But if it looks cool in the process, then, cool, awesome. Yeah, but we're not going to focus on just the showmanship.
And everything you just said right now is literally adding to the placement we just talked about, because the 9th house is also about, you were saying research, right? Like, you are so mindful even with your research. Well, the 9th house is all about like education and philosophy and learning.
Basically, on the YouTube channel is witch that is never done learning, because we're not.
Mm-mm.
And I'll never say that we know, because we don't know.
You will say we don't know.
I do say we don't know all the time.
But we're finding out.
And even then, we still won't find it out.
Still going to learn a little bit more each time.
Exactly. You will never stop exploring, which is all of that 9th house energy. And again, it shows up again here, which I'm so happy to see. And then you were saying weird. You were saying earlier something about weird, right? Well, here we are, the planet of weird. Uranus. I love Uranus. It's so beautiful. It's to me, the most stunning of all the planets. Yeah, I know it has people love to joke about its name. It's Uranus. It's not the other one.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Be mature.
But it is the most beautiful planet.
It is gorgeous.
Scientific fun fact, an astronomy fun fact to tie into the astrology. Uranus being the planet that rules being different, eccentricity, being weird, being bizarre, being comfortable in your own skin, being comfortable with letting your freak flag fly. That's literally the Uranus energy. Like, it's proud to be obscure. And in science, Uranus has the most dramatic tilt of all the planets. So even visually, it is standing out from all the other planets. Like, all the other planets are like, yes, they're all spheres, but they're all like in this position or like slightly like this. Uranus is like almost at like a perfect tilt.
Completely. Yeah, it is. It's super tilted.
I like that energy.
Being different, standing out from the crowd.
Okay.
In a literal sense and also in an astrology sense, we have that. And you have it in the proud fixed sign of Taurus. Add a weird spin to it all, which is, what are you doing? You are witches. You are so different. You're trying to be different from everybody else too. We're like, yes, there's other paranormal teams, but we're different. How are we different? Well, we are in the 11th house, all about community and friendships and ambitions. So this is my home kind of placement, but with a sophisticated spin of an earth sign, which I love this particular earth sign for you because it's a fixed earth sign. So that's the part that keeps you grounded, that keeps you protected, that keeps a shield around you when you need to, because you do have your parameters that you set before and after any investigation. So that is definitely aiding you when you are setting those parameters and setting your boundaries. Very important. So yes, I am loud and I'm proud, but I am not shy on putting up my boundaries. So that's definitely all of that.
That's amazing.
I was going to say, because it's the planet weird, and then it's kind of like stubborn, right? Like the Taurus is kind of stubborn. So also just like, I'm weird, get used to it.
Deal with it.
Yes. I wasn't trying to bring it up, but yes, but Taurus is known for being a little stubborn. It is a fixed sign. All fixed signs are a little stubborn, but
and we stubborn as hell.
Yeah.
I love it, loud and proud, but also it rules loyalty. And you have a loyalty to each other, a loyalty to this passion that you have, a loyalty to your coven, a loyalty to this mission that you're on. So Taurus also rules all that. Like, yes, it rules stubbornness, but it also rules loyalty. And there is stubbornness in loyalty, because it's like, no matter what you do, unless you cross a certain boundary, I will stick by you. And also it rules tenacity. So a positive side to stubbornness is tenacity. And you have that, where
I love that word, tenacity.
Not stubbornness.
Yes, tenacity.
I'm not moving. I'm on a mission. You cannot budge me. I'm on my mission. You can't derail me.
That's why I tell you when we're in the street in Vegas, I'm all like, we're walking here.
Yes, I know.
We don't move for anybody.
I know, exactly.
We're going somewhere too.
I'm like, I'm over here like self-conscious. Like,
sorry.
I know. I'm like, excuse me, sorry. I'm like, Ashley, like, hold on. Like, and she's like, Savannah, don't be afraid to take up space. Like, we are walking here, okay?
See how like loud and proud you are of yourself. Like that is also that Uranus energy, because Uranus is very loud and proud. They're also like the activists of all the zodiacs. It's like the punk rock energy, that like unfiltered, that raw, like I will defend, I will speak up for whoever doesn't have a voice. That is that Uranus energy. And what do? You give spirits a voice.
Chills again.
Ghostcraft gives us a voice.
Yes.
As well.
Oh my gosh.
Those energies are amplified because, again, Uranus in the 11th house, and that is associated with Uranus. So it's like double up that energy, right?
Yeah.
Where all of that, everything I just said is doubled up because of that 11th house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because it also rules like progression and like going from point A to point B, but with strategy, with determination. My other favorite planet, especially for this being a paranormal investigative coven, you have Neptune, which rules Pisces, which again rules mysticism, the occult, psychic abilities and things like that. Neptune rules that sign. So Neptune, who rules dreams, enlightenment, illusions, imagination, intuition, magic itself, mysticism, psychic ability, and the subconscious mind. So the planet that rules all these amazing things is in Pisces, the sign that it rules. So remember I was telling you about like doubling up on that energy before? We'll triple that energy, because it's not just in, like, Uranus is not in Aquarius, but it's at least in the house that Aquarius rules. So there's an association. We have Neptune in the sign that it rules. So they are tag teaming so hard.
Can I just say, I'm picturing you right now sitting on your laptop or something, sitting on the couch and like reading this and going, oh my God, babe.
Yeah.
This is tripled up. Tripled. Woo, this is going below their minds. Like, I just could picture you doing that. I don't know why.
Yes, this is what I'm most excited about. Well, I'm excited. It's just so hard to pick, but this is so rad. Not gonna lie, my little astrologer heart is like really giddy about this placement, because what you're doing is just blessed already, right? With all that Cancer and moon energy. Now you have the literal planet and the zodiac sign that rule magic and mysticism working together in that 9th house, where I told you is all about exploration. You have that there. And what are you doing? You're literally exploring, blending mysticism and magic, adventure, and investigating mysticism, pretty much, right? So
wow,
that placement gave me goosebumps when I first saw it.
Yeah,
so cool.
I mean, it's just there. It's all
there, and it's so relatable and can explain so many things.
Y'all are blessed for doing like specifically what you're doing. This is like a gift from the cosmos, like straight up.
Oh my
God.
God.
The cosmos were like, I want dibs on that.
Literally chills.
Another really on that same vein, on the same theme, you have the planet Pluto in Aquarius.
It is a planet.
Yes. Hot take. It's technically a dwarf planet.
Yeah.
And here's my argument there. Regardless if it's a dwarf planet, an asteroid, you can call it a damn space rock. It doesn't matter. Where it is positioned in our solar system, it's the same placement.
Yeah, it's a planet.
It doesn't matter what you call it. If you look at our solar system, it's there. So to dishonor its existence is just rude. Well, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto do have a more detached influence here on Earth because they are farther from the sun. Pluto in Aquarius. And Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, deeper truths, uncovering secrets, intensity, passion, also rebirth, which this is a rebirth.
Yes.
And transformation as a whole. So that's what Pluto rules. So yeah, he might be a little guy, but he is powerful. And he's in the sign of Aquarius, which again is all about activism, being eccentric, all about innovation, radical change, rebellion, and also like revolution, amongst a lot of things. But these are just the main things I wanted to highlight, where there is a rebellion in putting something so taboo in people's faces, right?
Yeah.
And you are trying to shine a very positive light on it, especially with like your Ouija board explorations and bringing the Ouija board into your investigations. That is very different. Very Aquarius energy, I may say, which is all about being different. Where other people are following trends, Aquarius is like, I'm on the next one. Like, y'all are late.
That was my last idea. This is my new one.
Constantly like, let's move on, because there's always something bigger and better and greater, and there's always something left to uncover. That's big Aquarius energy. And having it collaborating with Pluto, which is again all about death and rebirth and transformation, they love to evolve. Like together, they produce a lot of evolvement and also a lot of like adaptability, but like more of like adapting and overcoming. Together, they do that. Where when you come across an obstacle, you do pivot graciously, because you have this planet that's very comfortable with death and rebirth and transformation, and you have the sign Aquarius that loves constantly evolving. So that instinct is so supported by the planet that's very comfortable with, again, like underworld energies. Like that's very Pluto energy. Yeah.
Damn.
I love that. That is so cool.
And the seventh house is ruled by Libra.
Hey.
Finally.
This is your house.
Presentation.
Finally.
All this Cancer bullshit.
I actually just have such a new respect for Cancers after this.
Yeah.
But a Cancer with all of this backup, like this powerful backup.
Yeah.
So think about it like that. Like you have like the sun, the moon, the rising, and just think of like a cool like team behind. Like you have all these celestial bodies. Like, so just picture this like badass team behind you, like in all these sick positions. Like
like
poses.
This is us. Like we're
the platform shoes, boots on, the corsets, they're all dressed up.
Yes.
Super nice.
Yes.
We're all feeling good about ourselves.
Hell yeah.
That is definitely that Venus Cancer, and then that
one
that Mercury Leo.
Come on, you're gonna feel fucking amazing. Just try it on. They tried it on. They were like, oh
my gosh, that just spiked all the way up when
did
you were
it
talking
really?
about that.
I saw that behind you.
Saw it?
Oh my gosh.
You guys like the outfits, huh?
There's a business partnership there. There is like a semblance of a
100%. 100%. I always say it's business.
Yes.
exactly, and that's seventh house energy. Okay, so the seventh house ruled by Libra is all about business partners.
Libra. It's ruled by Libra.
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Okay.
You're like, oh, there it is.
Sorry, that took me a moment, but
Yes, Libra. Hello, you.
yeah, with Savannah being the slow, I am the business.
I'm the grounded, okay? Because of it, we bounce off of each other super, super good because of it. Definitely. Yes.
Libra in business. Let's talk.
It rules balance. So Libra ruling the seventh house, and Libra being all about like balance and like work-life balance, and also duality. And duality is very personal to the individual. So it's not really like a 50-50 split. Really, that it's never a 50-50 split. Sometimes it's 70-30, sometimes it's 20-80. But duality is very important, meaning like you just make sure all your scales have a balance to them, and you cater the balance to your needs. So that is very that Pluto Aquarius in the 7th house energies. Again, Pluto and Aquarius are all about innovation, death, rebirth, innovation, evolution, setting trends in the 7th house, which is all about duality, business partnerships, contracts, cooperation, very important, because you need ghosts to cooperate for you to have a good investigation, equality, fairness, and just like relationships and sharing knowledge and sharing energies, like having an energetic exchange is all of this. And having that house being blessed by Pluto and Aquarius is very, again, auspicious to, you know, your practice, because you are paranormal investigators and you have very strong paranormal driven entities in your chart with that Neptune in Pisces, that Pluto in Aquarius. Like, you make things happen when it comes to these, you know, unseen realms, untouched realms, these, again, shining light to the darkness. So
happy 1 year, Ghostcraft.
Happy 1 year. Both nodes, again, like these two together, they're working so well together because your North Node and your South Node are both in Aries in the 10th house. So there's like no detachment there. Like, everything we talked about right now is the North Node. So like the future, the head, the South Node is your comfort zone. But your comfort zone and your aspirations don't differ. It's like, I find comfort in constantly chasing the next adventure. I find comfort in constantly exploring what people are afraid to explore. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. Lots of completion, lots of wholeness in your chart. Because again, we started talking about like the 12th house, but then you also have a lot of first house. You have like that sun in that 12th house, that moon in that first house, that completion, that full circle moment. Wow. And then down here, you have another very powerful full circle moment where instead of having some detachment.
Full circle moment. I love to hear it.
So good.
Yes. It's so much wholeness. We're like, but what that equates to is this self-assurance, this like unapologetic purpose, this drive, this ambition. It's just very like powerful and like punk rock in a sense, right? Where it's like, oh, I'm unapologetically me. Yes. What of it?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
We're Ghostcraft Coven.
That's
what I always say.
It's so, I love it because she definitely brings that out in me too. Like, she's always, you are always like that 100% all the time. And I love that. I'm just like, girl, you help me bring it too. I'm like, okay, all right, let's do it. Let's go.
That's amazing. I can't believe that's just from space.
I know. That is wild.
What are the odds?
And then the final two placements that we're talking about today is the uncomfy placements. So you did ask me, what are the areas where there's difficulty, right? Because it can't all be fun, loving, you know.
And it's not. Yes.
No. I mean, every story needs a little bit of conflict. Struggles build character, right? So it's important. That part, right? So the first tough placement that we're going to talk about.
No. Come back. She's frozen. What are we supposed to combat the journey with?
Tell us what we're meant to combat the journey with. We need to know.
This is not okay.
All right, you guys. So we had a abrupt ending because the internet went out. It's a different day. It's been 2 days. Corin has taken her notes, re-looked at them, and realized, hey, you know, maybe my internet died because I need to recheck myself. And to me, I was like, she was about to tell me my weakness, and then the internet broke. And so I was thinking, maybe that weakness is something for me and for me alone to know. So we are back to kind of talk about it a little bit. And yeah, here we are.
You know, obviously after the freak out, because I was like, oh no, did we just lose all these files? And then everything was fine. Like literally everything came back up. I'm like, okay, what was that? And I sat with that. And then I just had a realization of this entire time I've been, for good reason, hyping up all the Cancer energy, all of the moon's influence within your chart because you have so much Cancer, and not putting her on a pedestal, but just giving her the flowers that she well deserves, because she is very dominant within Ghostcraft Coven's chart. Like, there's just no denying her influence, her love that just radiates throughout this entire chart. And then right before, I was going to talk about the dark side of the moon, which is Lilith, basically represents the side of the moon that we do not see. So her dark side, her shadow side, and it represents the areas in our life that we want to keep hidden for various reasons. So I just find it really interesting that I've been hyping up the moon this entire time, saying all these great things about her. And when I was going to talk about the dark side of the moon, boom, internet went out. So I take that as a sign, and we are going to respect the sign from the cosmic allies that were paying attention.
Yeah, Ghostcraft wants to keep some things hidden, and we will respect that about her.
To close us out, again, just wanted to touch on quickly the final placements that we talked about was leaving the planets and going into the mean node, true node, and the south node, which is always going to be the opposite of your true node. So we did speak on these placements here, where your true node or the south node is also known as the direction that you're going in life, your future. This is, the experiences that you will expect, your spiritual growth. Like, it's very directional towards like the future, going forward. And then your south node, which is technically not depicted here, but it will always be the opposite of your true node. So if north node is up here in Aries, your south node will always be a complete opposite. So it's in Libra, and you have north node, Aries 10th house. So that means your south node is in Libra 10th house. And what the south node means is north is the future, then south is the past, but not just the past, is your comfort zone. And what is Ghostcraft Coven's comfort zone? Libra. What are you? A Libra. And I think that is very beautiful, because you are the creator of Ghostcraft Coven, right? You initiated this project. So to have Libra as the south node in Aries in the 10th house, because that part will always mimic, but the comfort zone is in Libra, and that's literally the source of its creation, which is you. So I think that is very beautiful, and a beautiful way to kind of close us out is just, bringing homage
I'm still in there a little.
Libra.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, you are in here. I know you were earlier in the conversation the other day, like, where's Libra? We're like, there's no Libra.
Yes, but there I am.
You do have Libra. You have Libra in Lilith, which we'll talk about. Yes. And then you have another Libra influence here in this 7th house when we talked earlier.
Thank you so much for, doing this reading for us. I did learn a lot about Ghostcraft, and also myself and how I operate in Ghostcraft. And the timing for this, I know we talked about doing this like 6 months ago. It was a while ago, and now we're doing it. And the time that this has lined up in my life where I have needed some kind of clarity and guidance, it just lined up perfectly. So I think, all things do come in the right timing, and I'm just very excited to kind of dig in deeper. So could you let our audience know where they can find you?
Yes, I also believe in divine timing, and also, I'm happy that it had to come to this point, because now we're doing it as kind of like a celebratory thing, where we're celebrating a milestone. We're celebrating Ghostcraft Coven's birthday. So it just, all in due time, what's meant to be is meant to be when it's meant to be. And this is like a prime example. We have multiple examples of divine timing and divine intervention. So yes, but thank you for asking and for having me. You can follow me on Instagram under corin.cosmic.counselor. So pay attention to the solar. It's SOLAR, not actually a counselor, because,
I totally didn't even notice that. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. So on Instagram at Corin Cosmic Counselor, or you can also do corin.cosmic.counselor@gmail.com if you have a more specific question or like something more elaborated. Currently, my books are closed, but I do freelance as an astrologer and do natal chart readings. So when my books open up, Instagram is where that will be announced. So if anyone's interested in the meantime with questions or just curious as to when my books could be open for like a special occasion, I can also make exceptions depending on my schedule.